As soon as COVID-19 started really going across the earth, my wife and I decided that every person on this planet was going to have to make changes. They were going to have to change their daily life. And one of those changes was deciding when you stop going into the store, when you stop exposing yourself unnecessarily to infection or to contamination. Let's remember that it's not necessarily my age group or my children's age group that gets affected by this. It's when they bring it home to their grandparents or their older parents or loved ones, aunts and uncles, friends and family members, people at church. It's those that are most vulnerable that are going to be affected by the severity the most. Now, it's an outlier. You have great and healthy people who are getting sick every single day. 1 out of 5 need an ICU bed, and we only have 77,000 of those in the United States. So we made a decision to stop patronizing big box stores and instead utilize those ship-to-home methods. Now, we did this because you can watch the process. You know that the goods spent a certain amount of time in a warehouse. They got touched and brought onto a pallet. That pallet then got moved and put into the delivery truck. That delivery truck sat there for a couple of days, and then it moves with one more hand to your doorstep. At that point in time, you need to consider how you're going to handle that package. Are you going to wear gloves? Are you going to potentially aerosolize a virus by ripping open cardboard? Well, UV, ultraviolet light from our sun, wind, air temperature, humidity, all of those things can help to break down that shell that is outside of the virus. By doing that, by letting something sit there outside with exposure, you are going to lessen the potential for contamination or infection. So we have a process of our own. It gets moved from delivery somewhere else to sit for a while. At that point in time, when we feel enough time has passed based on current literature and what is going on, we would then open the products up, decontaminate them if necessary, and move on. They would move into another step of our household. What we would do with the boxes is what you see behind me. We would burn the boxes. It's all cardboard. We'd take care of the plastic otherwise, but the boxes would sit and burn. And you can do this in any setting. That's a solo stove back there. You can have this in a city. You could use a barbecue grill. You could really use whatever you want to get rid of those boxes. The alternative is letting everybody know that you have tons and tons of packages ready for pickup every single day. Now, we're careful, but that didn't stop thieves. That didn't stop people from noticing that we were getting more deliveries than usual. And that's where security comes into play. So you have 2 options with nighttime security. I had noticed 2 different times. One was a person who sat in their car watching the lit area of the porch that had the packages on it. And I said, hold on a moment. I know that they're just sitting out there for that. There's no other reason they should be there. So I went ahead and sat and watched. Now, in that type of situation, you have really 2 choices, 3 choices. You can go out and bolster and say, okay, I know you're there. You can light them up with a flashlight like this, and this does an amazing job. I mean, it lights up the entire area. You're going to see everything. Or you can use night vision or an alternative. This is the Night Ops Tactical PVS-14. It has the Echo White Phosphorus tube. It lights up the sky. It lights up the dark corners. It lights up inside of your house. You don't have to expose yourself and give yourself away, because that's exactly what a thief sees. You come outside, you have a light, they know exactly where you are. With something like this, you remain hidden. You don't get seen. You don't expose yourself unnecessarily. And let's face it, we're seeing people stab each other over toilet paper. We're seeing people fight other people with children over paper towels, paper plates, things that they can't even eat, things that aren't going to help them if they get sick. Sure, being able to clean yourself after going to the bathroom, that's going to help your morality, but it's not going to help the individual get better. And yet, people are causing and committing violence against other people for that. So what you want to do is not unnecessarily place yourself into that sort of position. If you have the ability to see in the dark, if you have the ability to light up an area and let them know exactly where you are, let them know they're being watched, those are great alternatives to confrontation. People want to get away with easy thievery. Thieves aren't smart, or else they wouldn't be thieving, and they're also not dumb. They're survival creatures. And so they don't want that unnecessary confrontation. If they get caught before they have committed to that act, they're going to run away. They're going to leave. So you have great things like the authorities which they are really going to come after the fact. And right now, as this virus goes out, do you want to have that close within 6-foot confrontation? I would rather not. So I was able to use night vision, watch what was happening, make a determination based on what I saw, and go from there. Now you have a lot of choices. There are some really inexpensive choices out there. There are some things that you can go on Amazon and you can get for $100, $300, and those are first generation at best, or really knockoff night vision. With that knockoff gear, it's of course better than nothing. This flashlight, of course, it's better than nothing. This is the PowerTac Patrolman LE10X. It's great. If you need to light an area up, I could not light an area up better than that. You just can't. If you have something like a little mag light, you're going to be able to see in the dark, but this is the type of thing that's going to blind an adversary or blind somebody, and they're going to, of course, know where you are, but they're not going to be put at an advantage. And then you have something like a night vision. That's where you can really look out. You can really see what is happening, and you don't have to expose yourself, and you don't have to give yourself away. So I just want you, at this moment in time, as we're all facing this common threat, to really look and see where your security lapses are. Where can you move on? Where can you move forward? Where can you do better? And with that, I want you to take into consideration and talk to the community here, and maybe give some options and give some ideas and help other people out so that they can make good decisions for themselves. I'm going to leave all the information on this product right in the description box, right in the comment box below. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to leave a link to Readymade resources. That's where we got ours from, and I suggest that you go and check it out, because that might be the security gap that you need to fill. For other people who don't have that ability right now, this is a great security filler. Please consider the tools that you have available to you. That goes every step of the way in preparedness. What do you have available to you at this given moment, and how can you utilize them and make the most of them? As from my family to yours, please stay safe, remain vigilant, and keep watch.